All right, so you're thinking about building your dream home. You've got the vision, you're filled with excitement, and maybe you've even found that perfect piece of land. It's an amazing goal, but turning that dream into an actual standing house, especially right here in Ontario in 2026, well, that's going to require a serious reality check. So let's get into it.
See, on one side you have the dream. It's fueled by hours and hours on Pinterest, right? It's all perfect designs, flawless kitchens, everything just so. But on the other side, you've got the cold, hard ground of reality. And for us, that means Niagara's very specific challenges, things like site grading and the actual, no kidding, 2026 costs for materials. Believe me, the gap between those two can be huge.
And bridging that gap is exactly what we're talking about today. You have to move past the wish list for a minute if you want to succeed in 2026. It all comes down to understanding a few critical realities and following a proven roadmap that gets you into that home without all the heartache.
Let's kick things off with the biggest hurdle, the place where most dream builds start to fall apart, the money. And there's a really dangerous myth out there that what you see online is actually what's going to cost.
You know what's so telling about this is how specific the problem is. That beautiful house design you saved, it has no idea what the land it's sitting on is like. Here in Niagara, just preparing the site, getting the grading right, can be a massive and often hidden expense. And that's before you even start talking about the real-world, fluctuating price of lumber, steel, and concrete for 2026.
And all of this leads to the #1 enemy of every single construction project, budget creep. It's this silent killer of dreams where one little unforeseen expense after another piles up until suddenly your budget is totally blown. So how do you fight back? With this number, 10%. Think of it as a mandatory, absolutely non-negotiable contingency fund that you build into your budget from the very first day. This isn't just extra cash, it's essential. It's the buffer that's going to save you from those surprises that always pop up.
So you've done it. You've set a realistic budget. You've even factored in your 10% contingency. Awesome. So you just walk into your bank, ask for a regular mortgage, and you're all set, right? Well, not quite. And this slide just lays out the financing trap perfectly. A traditional mortgage gives you all the money in one big lump sum at the very end, once the house is finished. But your builder, they need to be paid in stages during the build. These payments are called draws. This creates a huge cash flow gap, and when the builder can't get paid, you know what happens? Everything grinds to a halt.
So the key here is that you need a specific tool for this specific job. A construction loan is designed from the ground up to release funds at key milestones, perfectly matching your builder's draw schedule. Getting pre-approved for one isn't just a smart move, it is the only way to know what you can truly afford to build in the Niagara market.
Okay, so we've got the money figured out. Now let's talk about the people. There's this really common and really costly myth that basically any contractor with a pickup truck and a few tools can build a custom home. You have to understand this. In Ontario, the word builder is not just a job title, it is a legally regulated term. A real builder has to be registered with Tarion, which is the province's new home warranty program, and they are legally required to follow the Ontario Building Code. This distinction means everything. And here is exactly why that distinction is so critical. I mean, this quote doesn't pull any punches. Hiring someone who isn't a registered builder isn't just taking a risk. The source calls it a recipe for structural failure. And maybe even worse, you get absolutely zero warranty protection when things go wrong. So, this right here, this is your checklist. Is your builder registered with Tarion? Is their team led by a Red Seal certified professional? That's the national gold standard for skilled trades to ensure top-notch work and OBC compliance? Are they bonded, insured, and do they have workers' comp? This isn't just red tape, this is your shield. Okay, with the right financing and the right professional, you're getting so much closer. But before a single shovel hits the dirt, you have to get through the world of permits. And you guessed it, reality has its own timeline here too.
In the Niagara region, getting your building permits isn't something that happens overnight. As you can see, it involves a bunch of stages, from that initial municipal review to possibly getting feedback and making revisions. This whole process can easily take several weeks and pretty often a few months. Building that time into your schedule from the get-go is so important for keeping the whole project on track.
Okay, let's fast forward. The house is built, it looks amazing, and it's time for the final handover. And this is where we run into our third and final myth, that your brand new home is going to be absolutely perfect the second you get the keys.
The reality is that small issues, a loose cabinet handle, a spot that needs a paint touch-up,
are a totally normal part of any new construction. Plus, every new home settles over time, and that can cause little cosmetic things to pop up. This is all expected, and there's a formal process to take care of it.
That process kicks off with the PDI, or pre-delivery inspection. This is your big opportunity to walk through the entire house with your builder and create an official list of anything that needs to be addressed. It's a really crucial quality control step that makes sure all those finishing touches get done right.
And what about after you've moved in? Well, this is where hiring that registered builder really pays off. You get the full 7-year Tarion warranty. It covers workmanship issues in the first year, things like water penetration and major systems in year 2, and it protects you against major structural defects for a full 7 years. This is your long-term peace of mind.
So we've navigated the financing trap, the professional mirage, and the realities of the final handover. You've seen the roadmap. So after all of this, what's the single most important takeaway?
It's this: your best protection, your greatest asset. It's not the fine print in some contract. It's the homework you do up front. It's understanding the finances, properly vetting your builder, and setting realistic expectations from the start. It's this reality check that truly ensures the home you build is the dream home you imagine.